Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Sunday is my true sacred day, and you guys are sacred to me too. And I couldn't ignore this. Could not ignore this. So I thought it was really purposeful to come in, and then I was guided really to help us all out with we're going to do a forgiveness process. And this is a process that I go through with my private clients too when something comes in. I'll tell you what has happened as a result of this, and I'm going to jump in and I'm going to keep this rolling as quickly as I can, not wanting to really take the time to go through the forgiveness process. But why? Because Sunday's football day, guys, and I got a game I'm going to watch in the next hour. So we're going to do this and with the intention of having everybody receive a healing. There's activations in the information that's coming forward. I did a quantum healing yesterday. I'm going to discuss the things that are coming forward, what's being healed. Biggest thing is between last night and this morning, I can't even tell you how many of you have reached out to me and said, uh-oh, trigger alert, got into a rage. What is going on? Well, it's this. Okay. I'm going to explain energetically what's going on. So the main thing I want you to take away with this whole session today that we're doing, because they're calling it a session, this is a healing session that we're doing and an activation, is that this is energy that I'm receiving and transmitting. So this, we're already way beyond the noodle. So don't worry about analyzing it and saying, oh, that's not me. I don't know if I received it. You will receive it. Just set an intention to be here and receive this as pure love and light, and that exactly what you need in this moment, you will receive. So, first, I do want to welcome. We got some new members of the Love Train. I did see two from North Carolina. Welcome to you. We have new from Belgium. We have new in New Zealand and one new in South Africa. So I love it. Welcome to the Love Train. It's all purposeful where we're all located because we were all drawn to this experience. And so, yes, we summoned this light. This is your light. This is one of the messages that's coming through really powerfully. So I am going to talk about how the biggest thing is this is blowing people up. It's really blowing people up. And so we're going to look at that and try and give you some tools to help. Okay, what does this mean? What does the trigger mean? And then go from there. So I see who is here. Hi, Kim. Hi, Care. Hello. Crystal. Hello. Hello. Maury and Callie. We got a Callie girl here. Love it. Let's see. Georgia, I see Georgia's here. Bridget. Okay, yeah. Beto in Chicago. Oh, welcome. Leanna, hello. Oh, we've got Melbourne in the house. Awesome. Hi, Steve. All right. Awesome group. Here we go. So, gosh, there was so much that came forward. I'm going to start with this because you can see. So this, I'm moving the melon. Let's play move the melon. You can see that what happened, it kept increasing and increasing. The power in this is extraordinary. This is persistent, high frequency light. So what this is doing is quite literally agitating the crap out of some of you guys. But know this, that we're drawing it in as part of the healing. The other thing that's happening, massive awakening is going to happen because of this. And remember, we're completing energies, right? So we're completing and reconciling and healing. And so this is going to also agitate those who are not awakened in a very profound way. It will feel like their lives are falling apart. Nothing's working. Anything that you were engaged in, any practices, any patterns, any habits in the third dimension don't work anymore. They just don't, because it's not in your best and highest good, and it's not created out of love. Okay. So anything unconsciously, and again, don't fault yourself, but we chose to come forward at this time to heal and reconcile all these things. So the invitation today from Spirit is, can you expand? We're physical and non-physical. or consciousness focused into form. And they're really encouraging us, can you expand your light and stop seeing yourself as this human stuck in a container? You're not a human stuck in a container. You are life force energy focused into form. And so those of you who participate in focus group, what have we been doing the last 5 or 6 weeks? Expanding our light. But it's within. Whatever's coming at you, you unconsciously created, but it's being shown to you because it's ready to be healed. It's not being shown to you because there's suffering or punishment. And so it's a very different perspective, right? No one's being punished. No one is being punished. Truth does not punish. Truth does not punish. Truth allows awareness, allows a greater perspective. And we are all, coming back to our own truth, the truth of who you really are, which is you're not a trapped human having a horrible experience. I understand that that could be being reflected to you right now, but we're going to go through this today. Again, don't worry if this noodle, let the noodle make as much noodle soup over this as it wants. This is all going to be energetically received by you, even if the noodle says, she cray cray. Don't worry about that. You're still receiving it. It's all energy. It's all energy. Okay. So again, you can see I took this over an hour ago and you can see it's still coming in. It's going down. This is covering all the chakras. I'll go, I do want to share because I wrote it out. Okay. Let me share with you. I'm going to switch images real quick before I do show the chakra thing because my guides keep giving me this same image and metaphor. And so I did me some Canva. I love you guys. So I went into Canva on a Sunday morning. Here we go. This is the image they gave me. And so explaining here, what happens is, I gotta get my own writing here. Hold on. So here what happens is that we all exist, right, simultaneously in physical, which is represented here by the cup of water, and non-physical, which is here, which is a stream of light. Okay. All of this is us. This focused this into form. Okay. Expand your perspective, right? We're calling in our light because there's some junk in the cup here. We can't yell at it. We can't fight it because that's how it came to be. The light is love energy. Our light is love. Our light is consciousness. Consciousness is love. It's all the same. So what do? We agitate it. It has to come up. It's surrounded now by love and light. It must ascend. It must ascend. It's being completed, never to be recreated again. So this stuff in the cup is everybody that you've had a fight with in the last 24 hours. It's everybody, the stranger that ticked you off for no reason. It's all these experiences that you go, wait a minute, I thought I cleared this. I thought I was living in complete love and light. And then why is this being reflected back to me? Because there's something inside that's still ready to be revealed. So just remember that it's all projection. It's all projection. So when I want to use the words they're giving me. Okay. They're saying, so yeah, the way that the light heals is that it can transmute anything and everything that is not love and light. So the light comes in, it agitates it, it brings it to the surface, and they're calling it surrounded peacefully and lovingly. Okay. So what happens when we react to a trigger? You're now creating resistance and not accepting and just saying, okay, wait, what is here? So to be fair, the biggest things that are clearing right now in the collective are hidden childhood trauma. And we really need to observe these while standing in our truth and then ask yourself, did you really let it go? Or is it possible that another layer that you were unaware of came up to be healed? So remember that your adult may have come to peace or acceptance with it, but it's the inner child now that's coming forward and wants an understanding and wants to take its power back because it's recognizing your inner child, by the way, is empowered in this. Your inner child knows it is came from source, but these need to be reconciled and resolved. So your inner child is ready to take its power back. So don't look at this in terms of, oh, I thought everything that you did lead to this moment. Additionally, though, there's feelings and emotions. Every feeling and emotion you have around the trauma is valid. And that is what has to come forward, and allow yourself to feel the anger, to feel the rage, to feel the disappointment, to feel abandonment, rejection, all of those things. But feel that, and we have to feel it to heal it. Okay. But be open to the fact that possibly another layer did come forward. And I get that this can be frustrating. I can't tell you how many times I was like, oh, I let that go. I let that go. And boop, there was another layer. So there is there is an end. You do get to the core of it. You really do. And you know it when you do. You truly know it. You feel it in your being. You feel this lightness, you feel an openness, and you don't feel like you're dragging the rock anymore. So the healing does come forward, I promise. So another thing that's being dissolved and back, transmuted is all soul agreements and contracts from original lifetimes. They're all being transmuted. Now, your human will have no immediate awareness. The human doesn't do anything with this. However, moving forward, this is what allows you to know your truth, to live your truth, and be your truth with ease. What is your truth? Taking off every mask that your human has put on in this existence. Every mask. Are you still trying to be someone you're not? Are you still afraid to just be you? Are you still trying to please others? Are you still looking for outside validation instead of just giving it to yourself? Remember, everything is a reflection. If you want more love reflected back to you, are you completely loving yourself? If not, that's where the work is. Okay. So, and they wanted me to bring in, so for anybody dealing with triggers and rage, these are just the dense energies that have been agitated. Again, if you look at the cup, right? These are energies that have been agitated and they're being reflected back to you for healing. So ask yourself if you're still living to be accepted or loved by others with conditions, or are you possibly giving your power away to a feeling of rejection? So the truth is being fully illuminated for all of us. And so we need to slow down when a trigger presents itself and then just say, wait a minute, before I just blow up here, because that's my old pattern and that was my fight or flight response, right? That's the noodle soup. Am I going to stay in the noodle soup, or am I going to slow down and become the observer and ask what is exactly being reflected back to me? And remember, you're the projector. You loaded the film in an unconscious state, and all that is being reflected in your reality is coming to the light, summoned by your consciousness. Your consciousness summoned this light. Okay? You're not being punished. You're not being taught a lesson. You're not meant to suffer. You came forward in this incarnation to complete, reconcile, and transmute all of this dense energy so that it is never to be recreated again. So whatever's agitating you, can you come to peace and acceptance and surround it with love? Can you come to peace and acceptance and surround it with love? So remember, anything and everything that is not love or loving is not your truth. And the truth never punishment. It never punishes. It never feels like punishment. And so when you become the observer, okay, this feels awful. This false belief I have about myself feels awful. Therefore, it can't be true. And I'm choosing peace and forgiveness. And I have been shown in the quantum field that when these are reconciled, the door literally closes behind you and you step into this beautiful blank slate where you are empowered as creator in your own creation. And you don't need to there's no stipulations for you being able to step into it right now. We all have access. We all have access right now. So, um, let me jump over to the chakra chart to show you guys what's going on there. And then let me know in the comments, how many of you are you finding that stuff out of the blue is okay, someone is saying feeling frustrated and grumpy. Yeah. Ah, okay. See, yeah, other people disappointing me. So, Kristen, thank you for sharing that. One of the things that I've observed recently, it's a lack energy, right? When we feel like, uh-oh, they're not doing what I need them to do, you're contracting, right? You're now going, why aren't they? She says, work not delivering on multiple things they agreed to, which impacts my paycheck. So see, now that's, uh-oh, you gave your power away. And I'm not picking on you. This is a very common thing. This is unknowingly. So how can you stand in your light? How can you stand in your light and say, okay, I can't control them, but I can control my state of being. So they're down here, what the light's coming in, all of this naughty behavior, right, that you're observing is being brought forward. And so to align with your highest, where your abundance comes to you, you have to get your current state of being out of that somebody else is controlling your abundance. They're not. The level of consciousness you're focused on will affect it. And so it's okay, you know what? I'm going to come to peace with, I can't control them, and I don't need to control my own abundance. So I'm going to come to peace with it. So how can I come to peace with it and say they're not doing anything to me? And when you enlighten, just expand your light. Expand your light and say, okay, my wellness is assured, my abundance is assured, and all I need to do is stay in alignment with this higher timeline where that comes in. And you then let go of the resistance that's blocking that from coming. And it cannot not flow to you. It cannot not flow to you because it's just a realignment in the heart center and coming into peace. Okay. So thank you for bringing that forward. It is a very, very, very common thing right now in the collective. Okay, someone says, how to explain this or teach this? Okay, do not worry about your teen son. He's a powerful creator in his own right. He is absolutely. And when he becomes curious, he will come to you. So you shine your light. He's not broken. You're not broken, right? You shine your light so that when he's coming into awareness with a curiosity, he's going to go, hey, you know what? My mom's light shines pretty bright. I want some of that. We can't interfere in another's journey. We suffer. We suffer when we interfere, and there's a lot of entanglement going on. A lot of the rage that's happening is entanglement. And then your pain bodies, really what's happening is pain body is getting fed by another pain body. And so that's the guidance is, can you slow down and step back and go, okay, wait, what's being reflected back to me? So yeah, he's fine. He's a powerful creator. No one's left behind. So yeah, you've got it. Oh, Kristen, you're so welcome. Yeah. Like, just where am I giving my power away? That's such a powerful statement. Am I giving my power away? Did someone take it? We can only give it away. No one can take your power. And all you have to do is be the light. Be the light. Okay, here we go. Let's look at this chakra situation, and then we are going to get into the forgiveness process, and we'll probably do a grounding because I think I got time. I know I do. Okay. Um, okay, yeah. Someone's saying reassuring and see the layers that are being stirred up. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's being agitated for healing. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's absolutely, I'm glad you added that. Definitely in between, you should be feeling that pendulum swing too. Definitely when you slow down, you witness there is more love, more joy, more peace. Um, also coming forward. This was energetically the Christmas holiday was one of the most peaceful that's happened in years. So the peace did come forward and envelop everybody. So that's the cool thing. You will be seeing more and more of it. And remember, as we reconcile this, I was shown clearly the door gets closed, closed. When they say never to be recreated again, it is true. And so that expansive, that higher perspective it is prominent. Okay, Maury, okay, let's shift your perception around what happened with mom to she transitioned and she's helping you from the other side. So we are going to, because we're in the process of remembering the truth of who we are in higher consciousness, we have a greater, more prominent access to the non-physical, which is where her soul is. She's the eternal soul. You're an eternal soul. And so what you can do, Maury, is feel for her. You can ask her things. Give me a sign. It'll come to you. But do it from a place of love and knowing that the pain you're feeling is really love. It's all that love that you felt for her. And so know that is eternal. It's eternal. And she's already visiting you. There you go. It's real. It's real, and you can perceive her, and all souls that transitioned in this past year specifically chose to aid you. So she's guiding you. She's one of your guides now. So that's so cool. And so if you go, ooh, what would you do right now? You're going to get a sense and she's going to show you. And that will become like, again, we're beyond the noodle, right? We're beyond the noodle. So you can absolutely perceive her and allow yourself to feel, but the grief that you're feeling was just the tremendous amount of love that you had for her. But now it doesn't have to stop. You can still play, create, and have fun with her in non-physical. We're outside of the noodle, gang. Get ready. This is how we're living next year. So I'm throwing it out there. You're not batshit crazy. This is where we're headed. This is how we are expanding as, expanding beyond what these limited beliefs had us thinking that we were. Okay. All right. Let's someone said, can you talk about the intensity of energy? Okay, so and time. All right. I love this question, by the way. Thank you for bringing it forward. So we are summoning this light because, and believe me, and everybody wants this healing to go as fastly as possible, right? Because we know on the other side of this is us living our new reality. So we're summoning in higher levels of light than ever before. Our bodies are upgrading to be able to handle this amount of light. Our eyes are being adjusted. We're having more peripheral vision. Our ears are being adjusted. All of our senses are getting upgraded. The physical body, tons of stuff. One of the ones that was shown to me recently is the spine expanding because the spine is the conduit of light through our bodies. Okay. So to receive more light, it has to expand. Now, don't go run and getting an x-ray and going, what size was it yesterday? It's not going to be like that right now. Um, it's we don't need to do anything or control anything or measure. They don't show deliberately physical upgrades all the time because they don't want us to get in the noodle and start to mess with our body's intelligence. We've already done a great job of that in the third dimension. So many of us mess with our body's intelligence. What did we do? We thought we needed diets. We judged it. Oh my God, I don't like my this, my that. You created you. Your soul created you, and your soul's like, whoa, look at this divine perfection. And then we got down here in the 3D and started judging each other and criticizing ourselves. And then, whoop, we fell out of self-love. So just know that you chose this vessel, you created every single part of it, and it knows its ideal and optimum health and wellness. It knows. And anything that happened, past tense, to your body in the third dimension will heal and reconcile itself. Your wellness is assured. Anything that you're perceiving as non-healthy will be healed. But if you go in with your thoughts and say, no, this is how I think it needs to be, this is the lowest point of view. This is the noodle trying what? To control things. We do not need to ever control our bodies, ever. It has its own intelligence. It has infinite intelligence. The noodle can only make noodle soup. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of physical symptoms here. A lot. I was shown this in the beginning of December. It's things are being upgraded. And so if there's something again that is long term, that's an unhealed emotion. That's what am I still trying to control? What am I still trying to hold on to? It's going, your body's giving you a sign like, okay, you still didn't let go. You're still now. It doesn't matter if your human participates or not. If your human participates and says, I know what I'm trying to control that I have to let go of, you will facilitate closing that energetic gap quicker. You will help your body to integrate the new light, boom, and align much quicker. If you don't, it doesn't matter. You're still ascending. It's still being pulled forward, right? It's still being healed. But what happens is your human experience doesn't feel good. It's you're resisting it. So it's a more erratic path. It will still be healed. It's just, okay, when you're aware of something, am I willing to forgive? Am I willing to let go? Right. And because we have free will, we have and you have the power to really accelerate your own healing. But to accelerate your healing, you must come into full acceptance of what is right now, instead of fighting it, criticizing it, looking against it. Why did this happen to me? All of that stuff. Saying, no, what? Okay, this needs to be surrounded by peace and love. And if the very least you do is go into a set of peace over it and acceptance, now you've neutralized the energy and allowing your higher timeline to step in and do the magic. So it's the energy that's, oh, someone said their spine's been sore. Yeah. And there's a ton of clearing, by the way, going on in the lower chakras, the root, sacral, and solar plexus. Tons of deep old energies being released. So again, other things, dizziness, vertigo, that's all right. That's, you've been stuck in your head a long time. When that energy releases, it feels like, oh, it's like bubble brain, right? There's bubbles going off in there because there's creating space. If you're all trying to control, you're going to feel these more prominently in the head space because it's trying to push that dense energy out. You might be resisting it. So right, anywhere there's resistance, it's going to feel a little yucky. Heart palpitations, very common in this, especially with these energies. I felt some for a little bit yesterday, but of course I was also summoning even more light. So I kind of expected it, but, and just know the difference, right? Know the difference, but these are all physical upgrades that are coming in. Let me see. Oh yeah, the upper chakras, there's, we're detoxing, we're purging, lots going on. Um, cool. Yeah, just connecting with the truth is really at the core of all of this. And I get it. It's like, wait, but everything's blowing up. And like, we don't watch it burn. We don't get into judgment of others because that puts you back in resistance. So who is ready to do some forgiveness? And I know a few of you did reach out to me, and I will send the template out. I did had a deep deep practice of my own that I was tasked with yesterday. It was the first time ever that I got an assignment after a quantum healing. And so I took it immediately because it's I always do when they recommend do this. And so but I will get to you and send those of you who requested this template. But if you're here and you did request it, we're going to do this right now together. And particularly those of you who suffered, and by the way, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, maybe narcissistic parents, maybe you didn't have physical abuse. All of it, all of it, the emotions and what happened is valid. We are not dismissing the behavior. You're allowed to own that. You're allowed to feel it. And in fact, many of you weren't even able to express it. And so this is an opportunity for you to know I can express it. I can express it. And my feelings, every single feeling, no matter what it is valid. And you're allowed to be pissed off if somebody did something awful to you. What we're going to do here, though, is go to your soul's perspective, your higher perspective. We're going to a higher level of consciousness to observe it, to allow it all to come to the light so you don't carry it. It's not your identity. It was never meant to be. And remember that you came forward to heal this, and it's going in the door. This is how you shut that darn door so that you can step forward. So, and you will feel a lightness on the other side of this. Okay, so I just wanted to share that. Let me see. Yeah. So someone said, I don't even know who I'm attempting to be me. So you, the truth of you is being revealed. And it may, if it feels like an unknown, just know it is in your best and highest good. And when you feel into your heart, you will, the truth of you is already there, is already there. And it's kind of like, am I putting on a mask right now? What do I really want to do? I'll give you an example. Someone says, let's go, I want to go bowling. Ugh, I hate bowling. I don't really like bowling. I don't want to go bowling. Oh, but if you love me, you'll do this for me. Boop, insert guilt. Insert guilt. Why? The person coming at you and making this proposition, that's how they were taught love. And then, oh, well, I don't want to conflict with this person, so I'm going to go bowling. You now have been, you're immediately being inauthentic to your true self. And it's in that moment saying, I love you, but I don't like bowling. And what I would rather do is I want to go for a walk in the park and let the sun hit my face because that makes me feel good. It's all about just really go with little steps. What feels good to me right now without consideration of any other souls? And if you're not putting yourself first, that's where you have to start. What would feel good to me right now? And if there's a judgment around it, it's something that is ready to be healed. Okay. Rosemary, we're never stuck. That's the cool thing. We're not stuck. You're moving forward. Your consciousness is plowing forward. The energies, we're accelerating. We're accelerating our own evolution right now. And so what feels like is stuck is this cloudy agitation. It's all the stuff that the light is agitating. Okay. And so there's nothing for you to control or do. It's observe what's being reflected. Okay. So yeah, someone says, I forgive with, well, this is, so this forgiveness process was taught to me through A Course in Miracles. And it was very purposeful because my situation as a child, if to me as an adult was there is no way I can come to an acceptance with that. That was my like, can I let it go? Can I bury the hatchet? There's no burying the hatchet. My guide showed me because the hatchet's still there and it's there. Your inner child's like, hey, remember this hatchet? The one we were attacked with for years? It's still here. I want, I want to let it go. How do we let it go? So that's what we're going to do here. So let me know in the chat if any of you are still feeling an anger or resentment around somebody. And so and you can repeat this process for any and all, anybody, and always keep in mind, for example, if you had one abusive parent or one parent that you were more ticked off than the other, understand that your inner child may also have an anger and resentment toward the one that didn't save you. And so be careful if you're justifying going, oh, but that one was nice to me. And so because I had a hidden resentment for my father and I talked myself around it saying, oh, well, he was at sea. He was a merchant sea captain. And so he was providing everything. But when he was home, he didn't believe me. And so, but I was trying to justify that. And so notice if there's any shadow people that also need the forgiveness process. Because think of the inner child. What did your inner child want? Well, is like, how come all these people, no one saved me? Even though they may have been nice to you, they may have comforted you. But so those are valid feelings and allow yourself to feel that, right? And then we're going to bring that up. Okay, so this will work for whomever you are mad at, okay? Or just any trauma, any kind of trauma. And it all matters. It all matters. It can be something insulting that one of your parents said to you when you were 5. It matters. That needs to be healed. It can't go forward. It can't go forward. And yes, Care, thank you. Self-forgiveness, massive. Do not forget to forgive yourself. Now, as we do this, so we're going to start with another person that you want to forgive. And part of that includes you saying also forgive myself, but you can also do this process and highly recommend it for if you're not practicing self-love, if you're mad at yourself, if you're mad at your body, forgiving yourself for thinking all of those things. And you can even go a step further and apologize to your body and saying that I created you out of pure love and light, and it's time for me to trust you. See? And so that releases any kind of resistance right there. And some of you, I felt that just that statement alone, I felt some of you received that. So very cool. So let's do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm reading from the forgiveness letter. Okay. And so you'll repeat after me. So what we're going to start with is think of the person that you want to forgive. Okay. And then you're going to repeat after me. I'm going to talk you through the things that you want to get out and do not hold back on this part. And then I'll guide you guys through it as we're going to repeat it. Okay. First, let's ground. Okay. We must do this from a grounded state and not an agitated state. So let's take a nice deep breath in. Exhale down to Gaia's heart. Inhale up to your heart. Exhale again down to Gaia's heart. Inhale up to your heart. Exhale again down to Gaia's heart. Good. And then inhale back to your heart. Nice. You guys are really good. This is so great because we use the power of the group too. This is like a love capsule right now. Let's do this, guys. Let's let these blocks go. You're so ready to let them go. So whatever you refer to the person you're forgiving. Okay. So if it's dear mom or dad, put that in there. And then we're going to say, so dear mom or dad, I'm just using that as an example. I desire a deep inner peace and freedom from this feeling. I have been carrying this backpack full of rocks and I'm really tired. And now we're going to get into where you're really going to bring forward all of this. This is the stuff that's in the bottom of the barrel here. Here are the things that I'm most upset about. Now, I'm going to give you guys some examples if you're not sure what to write here. I never felt seen. I never felt heard. You only cared about me when I was sick. You only showed me affection when I was sick. You yelled at me. You caused me physical pain. You caused me physical harm. You caused me not to trust others. You made me feel less than. You made me feel not good enough. And I am angry and resentful. For some of you, you stole my childhood. I didn't want to take care of my siblings. I was forced to be an adult too early. All of these things. Why didn't you accept me? Okay. And take a minute and really dig in there and notice if you're holding back, and don't justify any behavior because that still allows resistance. And know your feelings, every single thing you're putting out there right now on that paper is valid. It's valid. And it's the stuff you didn't express that you really want to put down now. And some may come up later, and it's okay to come back and do this. And again, hit me up for the template. And now we're going to go to the next. So let's go to the top again. Dear mom or dad, or I'm using that as an example. I desire a deep inner peace and freedom from this feeling. I've been carrying this backpack full of rocks and I'm really tired. Here are the things I'm most upset about, and just read them, scan through them. You just purge them out onto the paper. And then you're going to repeat after me. I now realize that you acted in a way and did your best, given your own level of unconsciousness at the time. From my soul's point of view, I can forgive you for your mistaken perception. All of these things that I wanted you to give to me, you could not give to yourself. You were unhealed in unconsciousness. I also forgive myself for my mistaken perception. I am in the process of remembering that I am pure love and light, and that I am a conscious creator. And moving forward, that is my truth. So I can forgive myself for my own mistaken perception about my truth. And in this moment, I am choosing freedom and self-love. I love myself enough to completely let this go and be at peace. Any part of this situation that still feels like dense energy, I surrender over to my guides, to my soul, and to the angels to transmute it all back to love. I ask for their guidance. Please help me to see this situation only through the eyes of love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now take a nice deep breath in Give it a strong exhale and really let that energy go. Take another inhale and repeat. I fill myself with pure love and light. Take another inhale. I fill myself with pure love and light. Take another inhale. I fill myself with pure love and light. All right. Let me know in the comments how you guys are doing. That is the only way that we're required to forgive. It's seeing from the soul's perspective that this is an unconscious wounded human that had a child or that came into your life that interacted with you, and you're healing this for eternity. You are healing it. You called in your light, you summoned this, and this should really help you feel some space around it. Um, and let's see, physical hurt. I'm not sure. Okay, someone wrote in the comments, I'm not sure what you meant. Physical hurt bad, but you have to give. No, we don't give. We must give value to your own truth. We don't give our power away because someone can only share with you based on their own current level of consciousness. And so you can just say, is this resonating with my truth? And it's okay if it doesn't. You just say, okay, we're just not on the same frequency right now, and that's okay. They're on their journey. So I'm not sure if I understood that comment or not, but we, if you, anything that you choose to resonate with must be your truth and it must feel good in your heart. Yeah. Emotional. Yeah. Lighter. Yeah. Definitely. That's, you know, and there can be these sneaky layers that come forward, right? So, just sit with this. It was great. They brought forward this image. For those of you that now want to deepen that feeling, there's a stillness um, activation in the YouTube channel here that you can go access. And that will just help you just really deepen because it's expansive and it brings you into complete peace. It's really coming to a complete peace. Honor your journey, like honor your higher self, that what a badass you were, that you came forth knowing that you were going to come and heal this so that it's never created again. See, so really take that higher perspective and you free yourself from it. And it is not your identity in any way, in any way. So you guys are so amazing, so courageous, so brave. Stacy, I love it. That's the light. You're feeling the heat. If you're feeling the heat and the powerfulness of art, we are using this light that's pouring in to help you with this healing. So don't underestimate the power of it. Yeah, if stuff is coming up, Georgia, um, where what's preventing you from letting go, right? Just keep that inquiry going. Keep that inquiry going. And is it, where else can I forgive? What am I not letting go of? So, oh, thank you. Thank you. Listen, this is not work to me. I'm living my gift. I'm living my gift, and this is my truth. And so we drew this experience to each other together, and I know that. And moving forward, we're creating fun together. That's the part I'm looking forward to. And so for me to, again, I'm just shining my cosmic flashlight, and I've been through this all too. That's the only reason I'm able to, as a human, share my experience with you and help guide you guys for where you're at. I did all this. I did the cry all night sessions. I did all that. I did the why am I here? Um, and I know now that I did it, very much in an isolated way, so that now I can just like put this big light on, shine it on all of you so that we're all rising together, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, yeah, Jenny, that's okay if you spoke it out loud. It all works the same. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, yes, as promised, I did follow the energy. This light, remember, whatever comes up, go, wow, what's ready to be healed here? And go forgive, if there's a person coming at you, understand that they're being agitated in the same way, right? And so notice if you're connecting with pain bodies or not, and just saying, know what? I love myself enough right now to let this go. What do I want to create? And just flip to creation. What do I want to create? Can I love myself enough in this moment to allow this human who's going through their journey to just be? To just be. So, yeah. Oh, Jenny, each of you is a bright light. I see all of you guys as these amazing bright lights. So it's so cool. And we're closing that gap so you guys can see exactly what I see, which is just this magical, loving, amazing community. So I am equally grateful, just so that you know. And it's an honor to be on this journey with you guys. So I love you guys tremendously. I will keep following the light as it's pouring in. Be kind to yourself today and do whatever you can to hydrate and keep grounding. Go into Gaia, go out into Gaia um, as often as you can. It really, really helps. It really helps. Someone said, I feel pressure on my crown. Is this resistance? No, that's it going out. It's going out. So just keep breathing in. If you need to repeat the process, see if you are resisting it. When you can come to that, they were absolutely unconscious and their soul had specific journeys and experiences. And for some of them, they came forward to trigger your awakening. See? So is it possible that like the biggest villain in your life, highly probable that their soul agreed to help trigger your awakening? And from that perspective, you can go, oh, wow, they did this so I could step into my power. And remember that they had to stay small to do that. So see, there's when you really take that higher perspective, you can see it from a perspective of love. So, all right, guys, I can't miss this kickoff because I'm a maniacal fan. So I love you guys and I will see you guys soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday or Monday, wherever.